There you go, buddy. Eat some of that cheese. You deserve it. Oh, you deserve that for real. What a win. Holy crap. That has to be Dan Campbell's best regular season win of his career in Detroit. He made some questionable calls, but I understand it. I understand why he made the calls. The constant going for it. It was kind of rearing its ugly head a little bit, but I understand why. When you have a defense that's torn to shreds on the IR, you need to help them as much as they can. And they needed it because Green Bay had no issues scoring. Final score in Ford Field, 34-31. So that tells you the defense, they had their moments where they made good stops, but it was patchwork. But that was such a huge win. That was such a huge win, and that was the only way they could win that game with the injuries on their defense. At first half, they scored a touchdown right before halftime. They made it 17-7, and I thought, okay, they got some separation. As long as they keep playing the way they should, I feel that they should hold them off. And second half, the Packers get the second half kickoff, and they threw this perfect bomb. And Jordan Love was on fire in the second half. He was making some ridiculous throws. So they score a touchdown to make it 17-14. Lions get the ball, and Jared Goff decides to throw a bad interception. And he played a well game, but you can't do that. And like clockwork, the Packers, they score a touchdown on the ensuing, and they take the lead. And basically, the second half was them going back and forth, changing leads, and then the Packers kicked it was 31-31. Lions drive down the field, and there was an interesting scenario. So the Packers were out of timeouts, but it was fourth down, and there was still about 40 seconds left, and the Lions still had timeouts. Instead of kicking the field, they were already in field goal range. So the Lions' thought process is, well, we kick the field goal. The Packers they knew their defense was struggling. So instead of kicking the field goal, then they get the first down on 4th and 1. And an incredible play where Goff trips over his own lineman's leg. His knee is actually down, but because it wasn't touched by a Packer, he's still alive. He hands the ball off to Montgomery, and he gets the first down. And the rest is history. They're running the clock. 2 seconds left, and Jake Bates kicks his third game-winning field goal of the season from 35 yards out. This dude is money. He's only missed one field goal all year. He was perfect today, perfect on extra points. And, what a big win. I'll tell you what, this is so huge. With this win, the Lions go 12-1. They clinch a playoff spot. And now they have 10 days to rest up before Buffalo. And that's even a bigger... I know it's an AFC team, so it's not of dire consequence as far as playoff seeding, but Buffalo versus Detroit is going to be a Super Bowl preview, in my opinion. So, anyways, that was a incredible game, and the Lions kick a game-winning field goal. They win at 34-31. My game ball, you can give it to a lot of people, but I'm going to give it to Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick is a guy that they picked up from Denver in the offseason. Not a lot of people know about him, but he scored 2 touchdowns in this game. He hadn't scored any touchdowns in a while, but he's been making key catches over and over again because Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams and Sam Laporta are getting all the attention. So this guy is stepping up, and he's just making the key plays. And he scored 2 touchdowns and helped the Lions catapult themselves to another win. They go 12-1. They clinch a playoff spot, and most importantly, they stay ahead of the Vikings in the division. They're now 3 games ahead of the Packers. The Packers need to forget about winning the division now because the Lions have the tiebreaker and they're 3 games ahead of them. Now the Lions are now a game and a half ahead of the Vikings. The Vikings are playing the Falcons this Sunday, which is a Kirk Cousins revenge game. So who knows what's going to happen there. They stay ahead of the Eagles. The Eagles, I'm telling you what, if there's one team in the NFC that worries me, it's the Eagles. Saquon Barkley is playing incredible. He could be the first running back to win league MVP in a long time. I want to say since Adrian Peterson. Don't quote me on that. I don't know offhand, but it's kind of refreshing to see. But a huge win. Lions need to keep this going. They need to win. I feel comfortable them going to the playoffs with home games, and not just because I can go to the games. And I just want to address another thing. I couldn't go to this game because I had to work. This is why I'm doing this in my car, so that explains the darkness. But I don't know. They go to 12-1. They huge win. So yeah, Tim Patrick gets my game ball. I guess that's all I have. I want to give a shout out to a friend of mine who gave me a shout out. His channel's called the GKBC. I'll link it in the description below. If you're into like literature, book club discussions, it's a great channel. He really likes Stephen King, but he definitely branches out outside of that. So I'll link it in the description below. Please check it out. And yeah, just going to give him a shout out. I guess that outside of that, that'll be it. So with that said, go Lions, go Blue, go Pistons, go Tigers, and go Red Wings. And before I go, my next Lions review will be 10 days from now with the Bills, so they're off for a while. I might do a Michigan video when I find out which bowl game they go to. Who knows when that's going to happen? I know the Big Ten championship game is this Saturday, and who knows if they'll announce it this Sunday. But when that information comes out, I'll do a video and do a preview of who they're playing. My prediction is Michigan is going to play LSU in the Bryce Underwood Bowl, which will be interesting. I would like to watch that. But anyways, so I'm just going to sign off now. Hope you guys have a good December, and I'll keep in touch.